you know, it's some Sawyer ass shit out there. So I was just kind of like, yo, like my mom was thinking like, no, bro, like fuck that, bro. Like I'm not finna be around here because like, and then I worked the night shift. It's like, bro, no, that is like the perfect time to just pull up on a nigga, you know what I'm saying, and then just blast out, bro. So I was like, oh hell nah. Then we got the politics with the whole transgender thing going on right now. So motherfuckers are like really hate fucking gay people type shit. Like just kill them all. You know, all these motherfuckers. But it's funny, but they're doing everything, all the KKK shit, you know what I'm saying? All the minorities and queers and shit, basically, right? You're trying to kill us all. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So you getting that a little bit of sprinkle a bit of that in there too, you know what I'm saying? It's there. It's just really more quieter because you know what I'm saying. But it's there though. You feel me? You can feel it, and that's another thing that made it really weird, bro. Like it was just like every woman, you know what I'm saying, felt like their pussy was just like the shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like, bitch, who the fuck? Like what the fuck? Who the fuck and what the fuck? You know? But it's not even that. It's just the fact that you're black. They think like, you know, like you're a slave. Like you are fucking like poor. Like you ain't shit. You're dumb. Like you're just a big black buck. And you looking like, what the fuck, bro? You know what I'm saying? And they try to use that shit against you. And you're looking like, bro, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like hard than a bitch. Like I'm not trying to say, but I'm just trying to say, bro. It was just like, bro, I mean, pussy was being thrown at me so fucking hard and shit. The only thing I can say honestly, because I was in Austin and shit, the chicks over there are not like they're not gold diggers. They're not looking for somebody to fucking take care of them. So when they want the dick, they're going there. You know what I mean? When they want the dick, they're like, okay, I'm gonna get the dick because you know they don't get they're women get pregnant. But if a woman already has her in her mind she ain't finna get pregnant, then she gonna fuck. She gonna try to fuck. You feel me? So that's the reason why that should be like that. But at the same time, it was like I didn't like how it came at me, bro. You feel me? It wasn't like the chick at the fucking cell phone store or the chick at the, you know what I mean, at the Whataburger or the chick at the HEB. You feel what I'm saying? Like the chick at the oil station. It was I get my oil change and shit. It wasn't chick at the brake check. I can keep on going. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't chick at the Chinese restaurant. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's like, oh, I have to work with you every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the? So you already feel like, and these bitches are there. They're established there. Like, I'm a manager here. Like, I'm working HR here. Like, I'm the store manager. You're thinking like, damn, these bitches. You know what I'm saying? So you're thinking these bitches is crazy. So the reality is, you already know that shit ain't finna work out on a realistic level. So what do you think is really going on? So it's like they think that you're gonna quit. They want you to quit. It's like, yeah, like, because they know you know what I mean? They're looking at you like, oh, you coming in, you just want to hear stock the shelves and shit. You ain't shit. You a black ass nigga and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get that Mandingo dick and then I'm going to fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like, give a fuck about you. Like, it ain't like a woman, like, you know what I'm saying? Where she can like work her way up type shit. I can't be requesting shit. You know what I'm saying? And even if I did do that shit worked out and shit for me. It's like, bro, like, almost like my dick is held ransom now. I'm just saying though. And then to get that shit from multiple bitches on the job, it's like that shit. Like, come on, man. Like y'all putting me in awkward positions and shit. And then for me personally, just me personally, I'm not that type of guy. Like dead ass, I've never been that type of guy. And it's like people expect you to be that type of guy. And it, honestly, I'm tired of that shit. Like I don't give a fuck. I am so like that shit is like disgusting to me. I don't know what to say. Like it's just annoying, bro. Like they think like all they gotta do is rub up against you or some shit or like offer to like please you sexually. Like you know what I'm saying? Like please your dick sexually. And you gonna just like completely just be like, yes, well I'll take my pants off right now. Like and that shit is like, bitch, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like it's so disrespectful. It's not even funny, bro. That shit kind of annoys the shit out of me. You get what I'm saying? Like that's what annoys me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what the fuck? First of all, I'm not that fast. Second of all, who the fuck are you? I don't even know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Bitch could probably have AIDS and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, it's what I'm saying. Like, motherfuckers like, you tripping. You know? Or you might look at her ass because she got a fat ass. You know what I'm saying? Or some big ass titties. And you like, oh shit, are she pretty as fuck? So you might look at her and shit like, that bitch pretty as fuck. And they take that shit and like, roll with that shit. Like they immediately start thinking, it's like, bro, it's just too much fucking pressure. Like, just can we just, you know what I'm saying? Like, God damn. It's like, can we just meet and greet? You know what I'm saying? 60-second speed date. Can we do a quick speed date with 60 seconds? You know what I'm saying? Like, before you start thinking about swiping left and swiping right, it just be ridiculous. And so that's why I was like, come on, bro. I was like, all right, I'm not really with this shit. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I was just like, yeah, this is not happening. You know what I'm saying? It's not happening. You know, which is why I prefer older women, but that's another subject. But yeah. So I mean, it was weird for me on that level. So you know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm trying to say. And so yeah, when it came down to why that situation right there, it was just like it was weird, bro. But that made me real so many things. And then I was thinking like that nigga gay, bro. Because like that's what was happening. Like I think that's what happened. Is shit. Like it was the most stupidest shit that happened. Let me explain this shit right here. This is the reason why I left my job and why my life turned to shit. And I decided to move back. All the bullshit, right? So like in so many words, like I literally was like working and shit on break, eating a fucking sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Ham and cheese. And like homie was saying some shit to me, and it was like the gayest shit you could possibly think of. And I was thinking like, what the fuck is he even talking about? Like low key, like, bro, what? Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like you know the homie saying shit. What? Like that was me in my mind. And I'm thinking like, bro, get out of here with that shit, bro. You not even out of pocket. You like, oh, Sam, like you out the book bag with that shit. Like, what is this? Are you pulling out your hat now? Just because you're fucking homophobia shit. And the reason why it's homophobia is not because they hate gays. It's because they like are thinking that we're gay, and it's like, bro, what? Like, what does that have to do with you? I don't even talk to you as a coworker. You're on that side of the fucking factory. You know what I'm saying? The warehouse. I'm on this side of the warehouse. I don't. Yeah, the only time I see you is when we're on break and we go to like a little smoke area outside to eat and smoke. Which I don't smoke, but they're all vaping and they don't shit on smell. And I like going outside, getting fresh air. So I'm like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm only out here chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? So then, like, homie, like, gets angry and just shuts the fuck up. I see his face. He's angry as hell, right? And so then, like, my homie, right? You know what I'm saying? My homie I'm cool with. He pretty much, and mind you, I said this, he's white. And so I think that played a pivotal role. Because when I was in Austin, the only niggas that I spoke to in Austin, see, the thing about Austin, I ain't like about Austin, I'm gonna keep it real, is them niggas are very immature niggas. Like, they're not like OG ass niggas. See, I grew up with some real OGs. You feel what I'm saying? In the game. And so that's the reason why I have a certain mentality and certain street smart that I don't, you know what I mean? There's certain things that are just like, as a man, as an adult, I just don't fuck with. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I get like certain type of ways and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm a certain type of way. Because once I grew up with real trees, like when I was like 15, 16, 17, I grew up with homies' dads, but homies' dads, you know what I'm saying, were like ex-cons, ex-gangsters, like they were doing some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who I hung around with. You know what I'm saying? Like real men doing some real shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I had a friend, his dad owned a juice company. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, like Sunny D Light or some shit like that type of shit where you gonna get grocery store and shit. Like a juice company, a regular, like an orange juice type of, he told me some type of orange juice and shit. I forgot what it was. And yeah, he was talking about how he owns that company and like he has shares here. So he's like, you know what I'm saying? Just like certain things you just learn and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like other homie, that really, I ain't gonna lie, he's the one that kind of got me into smoking weed the most because it was kind of like homie was telling me basically like and showing me like you seeing that shit, you like seeing it like, bro, he a grown ass man smoking weed and shit, but he ain't no like loser, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't no loser, bro, like at all. So I was kind of like shit, and he would talk to me about shit. That's why I quit a lot of jobs and shit type shit because he'd be like, "You working at Taco Bell?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was just like looking at me like, the fuck, bro? You can do way better than that and shit. Like, why are you working at Taco Bell, bro? That shit don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was like shit like that that kind of had me like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing some real shit now. You know? But I digress on that aspect. But anyways, back to the story. It was like I started I started talking to my homie, and he was because I told him I'm good at certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like I know how to cut and style hair. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And so like I literally told homie that and homie was like, oh, like, so he was at the table telling me, asking me like, can I like help him dye his hair? And I was like, all right, cool. I'll help you dye your hair. You know what I'm saying? And so like the guy that got angry turned to my homie and was like, man, you gay as fuck. And like my homie, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess, like I said before, he was super prideful about that shit. Like, you can't tell me gay. You know what I'm saying? So you like sitting there looking at him, he like, oh, like, he got angry and was like, bro, I'm not gay. What the hell? I was like, how is that gay? And then he was like, all right, man. He got super pissed off. I was like, all right, bro. And I'm thinking like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like all of my, see, the thing about it, I'm from Houston. So like, I'm a real ass nigga. That's just facts. You know what I'm saying? So like when I was dealing with like that type of shit, Austin niggas, it was like Austin niggas is like some niggas where it's like, they're just like too serious for no reason, bro. Like I don't know how to explain it in the best way, but it's like they don't understand. Like it's like, they don't have respect. You feel me? There's no respect. It's like, if they got a problem with you, they gonna shoot it out. You know what I'm saying? Like they gonna do some shit. They gonna try to jack your car. You know what I'm saying? They gonna do some shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's not to be like, oh, they're so serious, but it's really immature. And the guy is like an older guy. He like probably in like his late 30s. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in his like early 40s. You know what I'm saying? Type thing. Like maybe 45 at the most. You look like about 45. I don't want to say 50, but I also would say 45. Maybe like 37 because he smokes cigarettes. Something like that. So I'm like looking at homie, and it was like, I'm thinking in my mind, like, he, you know what I'm saying? I've worked with him. I see how he reacts. He don't act like no young ass little nigga. You know what I'm saying? He don't like no youngin'. So I'm thinking like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's mature. I'm thinking he's mature. You know what I'm saying? And that homie was just like, see, all that gay shit y'all doing and shit, y'all could do that here in Target because they allow it in Target, but like out here in Texas, you know what I'm saying, you can't be doing that shit. I'm thinking like, what law says gay people can't be, like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro, it's getting like this, you know what I mean? It's getting very Texas-y for me, you know what I'm talking about? It's like, where it's like, we're going to shoot you because we can type shit. You know what I'm saying? So that was like the vibe I was getting and shit. And I'm thinking like, these niggas crazy, bro. And it's the second time I've dealt with some crazy ass niggas on the job. You know what I'm saying? A whole nother job too. You know what I'm saying? But not the first time I dealt with crazy ass niggas on that job. Many people were from some crazy ass niggas on that job. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? Like some crazy ass ninjas. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, oh, what the fuck? And I was already getting fed up of that type of shit. Like, but that was like the pinnacle of like, because I said, like, if you were a regular civilian, you wouldn't know that shit. But if you were a street nigga and somebody talks about you can't do that shit here, why he even telling that to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, nah, bro. See, that's that shit. That's like, oh, nah, bro. Like, he threatening me, low key. So, because I didn't want to get fired, and if I didn't want to get fired, because it's on your record, like, you're fired and shit, and you're fired like that, I just, like, resigned. And, I felt like I couldn't go to the management because they were already treating me like as shit. Like, they already treat you like, they were treating me like I was, like, a fucking, basically, they treat me like I was a weed head type shit. You know what I'm saying? And that really pissed me off because I'm thinking like, I'm not smoking weed, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not high. I don't know. It just tripped me out. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, they were treating me like I was like some freeloader hippie. And I'm thinking in my mind, like, what the fuck? Like, no, like, I came to work. I'm the only person wearing the uniform. You get what I'm saying? That was in the email. I showed up on time. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking, like, I'm attentive. I'm not like slouching. I ain't talking to nobody. You get what I'm saying? It's like, bro, my shirt is buttoned up all the way to the top. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, like, my hair is pulled back and shit, and a little fucking, tam thingy. I'm thinking, okay, I'm ready to do my job and just, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I'm shaved. And that's another thing, too. The first time I came there, I wasn't shaved, right? Bro, that's what I'm saying. It was weird. It's like, as soon as I started shaving, bro, because I actually, I got me a new clip, some new razors and shit. Because my other razors broke. That's why I couldn't shave at the time and, all that good shit. But then, like, I had the time, the money. So I ended up, like, getting a good shave on. And these niggas literally thought that like I was gay as fuck for that shit. Like niggas were looking at me like double take, like, oh, he shaved, and just be looking at me hard as fuck, like, oh my god, like he gay, bro. And it's like, what the fuck? Like that shit fucked me my whole like my everything. Like just like what? Like shots fired, like Ricky, like all that shit. I was just like, yo, what? Like my mind just like mine couldn't compute. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, bro, I thought I'm looking like professional, cleaning myself up. Oh, I'm saying I look like Rick. Oh, I'm saying it was season, it'll say season 5, season 6 or something. I like sit there like I shaved my shit off, thinking like I look normal now. I look like, you know what I'm saying? And everybody was just looking at me like, oh, no, he's so zesty. It's like, yo, what? I'm like, what? That's what I'm saying. It was just weird shit like that. Like what? Like my mind just did not understand like why they doing that shit. It was like, why is every little thing like scary as shit gay for y'all niggas? Like, come on, bro. Like that's when I was like, oh, these motherfuckers is homophobic. That's what homophobia is about. It's a phobia because it's like you think like, oh, is that gay? Oh, that gay? And it's like, bro, it's just fucking goddamn bubble gum. It's pink because it's bubble gum. Chillax, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers, like it's annoying, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people don't like do certain things. I'm not gonna wash my ass because that's gay. Like, people are weird like that, bro. It's like, what the fuck? They weird like that. They're really homophobic. That's a real shit. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying, like, being like indifferent or not liking gay people isn't homophobia. That's just not liking gay people. You know what I'm saying? That's almost like prejudice, but that's a whole other subject. But like fucking like being homophobic is when you think like everything's gay and you're scared of like that shit and think, you know what I mean? It's like it's a real phobia because even if you don't like it, it has nothing to do with you on a mature level. You know what I'm saying? It's like nothing to do with you. So it's like you really shouldn't be giving that many fucks. You know what I'm saying? But the way people be giving fucks, it's like too much. You know what I'm saying? It's just out there. And so in so many words, you know, that was another thing. And then like I said about the race thing is like when I was there, like a lot of the notion I was getting from everybody, all the black people there was we're black, and because we're black or some shit like that, right? I'm gonna go ahead and say we act like ninjas. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what, you know what I'm saying, they were on. I'm gonna get specific, it was like hood ninjas. And so that was kind of the thing for me I didn't like. Like I didn't like the fact that it was like, come on, bro, like they were acting like hood ninjas. It was like not like on some like hood ninjas type of shit, but it was like, oh, like the reason why we act because we black. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like this thing where they would like come to me and be like act like, are you black? Are you black? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I don't know. I told him, homie, I don't know. My parents are Nigerian. He's like, okay, you black. I was just like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course I'm black. What the fuck are you talking about? And I know why, because the manager, he was from the military, the only black guy in management. And he was the one that was like dogging me out the most about, you know what I'm saying, that type of shit, trying to paint me as this hardcore hood ninja that don't give a damn and is gonna, I don't know, like topple the system or some shit. It was weird, bro. I'm just looking at him like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, oh, you got to watch out for that guy. And then I keep on hearing behind my back, like, hey, they talking about you over there. And every time I turn, I see, man, he meant him talking to management. I'm just like, why is he always talking shit about me, bro? You know? And it's amazing when you get confirmation. You know, there's a guy on YouTube, I looked him up, and it's like, yeah, they do that shit on the job. You go to the job and as an adult, and you think like, you know, it's about you just doing a good job and doing what you. Nah, like the job is honestly, I would say like 30% actual work. Like when it comes to like actually putting your mind into it and focusing and shit, like it's like 30% work. The rest is just work politics. It just is. It just is. And it's like you never quit a job because the job is honestly too hard. Especially if you're a hard worker. You know what I'm talking about. You get the job because Sally from like an HR is doing too much. They kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I digress on that aspect. But yeah, you know, it was like those type of things. That's when I was like, what the fuck? But it kind of gave me like a social anxiety now because now just every time I look at people at my job or just outside in general, I see the way they see me instead of like the way I see myself. And it's like, to me, I know that seems a little immature, you know, but it's really not because it's just so weird. It's like you're giving happy, friendly person, and somebody literally thinks that like, and you give them no reason No reason. So it's like people just think life's supposed to be a certain way. And they start to project that onto you based off of their own paranoia, whatever's going on in their mind, the preconceived notions, things like that. And so that's why I realized like that's what people do. They just project their problems onto you. And I'm like thinking in my mind, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? And you know, it's funny too, because I guess you could say I got more into Christianity, you know what I'm saying, in the past few, because it's like, that's, you know, I don't know. I was watching the Passion of the Christ the other day, and it's like, that's exactly what happened to Jesus. If you look at it, right, it's like, you know, because I went to Bible study my whole life, you feel me? And so I'm looking at this thing, right, and I'm thinking like, oh, this is exactly what happened to Jesus. Like, this is why Jesus was crucified type thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, he's sitting there doing all this miraculous stuff, whoop-de-whoop, and to the point where he even tells them who he is. He tells them, and they still don't like want to believe it because they're in their mind, that's their culture. But it's even hilarious because it's like they even talk about it. It's like they are waiting for the Messiah. You feel what I'm saying? And when he actually comes, they're not ready for him. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just that it's just I don't know, man. It's just something else. You know what I'm saying? Like you be thinking like, dang, like that's what I realized. I'm like, this is why they killed Jesus. You know what I'm saying? This is why they killed Jesus. It's that exact mentality is what killed Jesus. You know, like I said, like I was in Bible study, you know, people tell me things, the teachers and whatnot, and it's like they're like saying, oh, Jesus is half human. So like he literally like praying to God at Galilee. You feel what I'm saying? Because he don't want to like die because he's human. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna hurt. You know, he saw Pastor Christ. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh snap! Like I'm looking at it because I haven't watched Pastor Christ in years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like watching it now. I'm an adult and I've been through life and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because that's really kind of what it comes down to. But that's another story, right? So I'm like sitting there like watching this, like, okay, he ain't trying to die. And then the whole time, he's just explaining himself. It's not even like he like bragging, you know what I'm saying? He just like straight, and it's hilarious how they just flip that shit. Like he literally like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I didn't say nothing wrong, so why did you slap me? They're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you going to talk to me like that? You know what I'm saying? Slap him again. You know what I'm saying? You're like, what? Like, what? Like, it's crazy, bro. You know, and that's kind of like what you're dealing with. It's like the laws that they use to govern their lives, they use that first before they look at a situation objectively. Like understanding, like, okay, what is that? What is that? What is that? Okay, identifying things, you get what I'm saying? And making sense out of it. It's like they don't care. It's like they just immediately say anybody with red hair is a bad person. So we just like, if there, 20 people come in, 10 of them got, red hair, get rid of all the red hair people. They don't even care. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no sense of like justice for the innocent. You get what I'm saying? Which is why probably they put children, superheroes for children. That's another story. But you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it's crazy. And that's when I started to realize that I was like, oh man, bro, like, there really is no justice for the innocent. But yeah, man. I mean, so that's pretty much what happened. That's the reason why I left the job. You know what I'm saying? The way I left it and shit, because like I was just done, bro, on that aspect, bro. I just felt like, bro, what the fuck's going on, bro? And it got worse and worse and worse, and it was like for no reason though. And that's when I realized, like, oh, these people are like assholes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Texas. Is you're gonna realize, oh, people here are like, it's not even I don't even want to say racist and homophobic, even though that was what stuck out the most. That was the message they got across. I really got from it from like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's because like, that's why I tried to tell Wally, but he didn't want to believe me. You know what I'm saying? I know he didn't believe me. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? I tried to tell him like it was on some racy shit. It was because he was white and I was black and we were cool as fuck. That's the first thing. The second thing was we clicked so well because we were both he's from Michigan, Detroit. I'm from Houston, Texas. We both met up in a different city. We both moved there at the same time. Both had the same jobs, Amazon and Target. You know what I'm saying? Bruh. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? We're both bachelors. it was like we just click. Everything was just like clicky clicky. You know what I'm saying? Like it was no like, you know what I'm saying? There was no like confusion. You know what I'm saying? Like it was almost like it was just weird. It was a beautiful thing. I ain't gonna lie. It was a beautiful thing. Like just like be able to like click with somebody like that. Like not everybody click with him, but like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird because it's just too weird, man. I remember one time I came to work, right, because my car was messing up. I had to get it fixed, and I asked him for a ride because he lives, like when it comes to the job, I live like on the way to his job because I live right on, I think 45. Can't remember exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, what the fuck, bro? Like, all right, because like this, like we came out the car and then we were in work, and then some guy asked me, "Hey, I saw you come outside. What's his name's car? What's going on over there?" And I'm thinking like, is this nigga like, does he think like we fucking or something? Like, you know what I'm saying? I only say that because, we saw these two teenagers. And it was a guy and his girl, and then like she started getting rides from him, but we already knew that she was like into him because of the way she was eyeballing him and when teenagers act, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You've been young, dumb, and in love. So it was like, okay, I know what they're doing. But like they applied that to me and homie, and it was like, what the fuck? I felt like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like he was like 17-year-old, you know what I'm saying, 19-year-old motherfucking kid. Like honestly, they look like they were 16, maybe 17. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm thinking like, we grown in a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like we grown in a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, how you applying that to two guys that are grown, bro? And it was just like, that's when I started to realize people think like we gay as fuck, bro. And I'm thinking like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? And this is what fucked me up was that he kept on saying that shit like, oh, I'm straight, bro, I'm straight. But then I started to really think about it. And I was like, nah, I mean, he says he's straight, but, let's be real, bro. Like, that nigga was kind of gay. It was just certain things that just made me feel like, well, you gay as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like, first of all, the first thing was like the first thing he said to me when I came to his crib was, I don't like trannies. And I was just like, okay. But it was weird because I was just like, why are you talking to me about that shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Like, what are you talking to me about that shit? It was weird, bro. It was just like, what the fuck? But then I realized, like I said, Trace is homophobic. He's trying to please to me because he knows I'm a Texan, born and raised in Texas. So he's thinking like, oh, like I'm gonna talk about those current, social thing that's going on. These trannies and shit, right? But I was like, I don't give a fuck. And then he just kept on fucking from then, like making it this thing like, oh, I'm straight, bro, I'm straight, like this because I'm straight, And I was just thinking in my mind like, okay, bro, whatever, bro. But like, it was certain things like we drinking together, you know what I'm saying, enjoying a beer and shit after work or whatever, whoop, you know what I'm saying. And next thing you know, it's like, oh yeah, man. I'm like, bro, this right here is kind of weak, but I mean, because he'd be like, how's the beer? Like, you like this type of shit? I'm like, oh yeah, it's hitting and shit. We got different beers over there too. And I was just like saying shit like, yeah, like, oh, this is a strong beer, but it's all right. I'm just like, it's good beer, it's all right, it's good. And then the comment he said, I still remember this shit, was like, man, I'm trying to give you some shit that's gonna knock you out. And I was like, I don't know, it was the way he said it. It was all suave, a little sexual undertones, and it just kind of made me feel like, bro, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it was also inappropriate. I feel like, bro, like, we grown, like, we just, what I'm saying, enjoying a beer after work. This ain't something that you could be like, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like we going to a party. We got, you know what I'm saying? Like, we at the crib. Like, ain't no reason to get sloppy fucking drunk with somebody you just met type shit, your coworker. And, you know what I'm saying? And to where, like, I pass out. Like, I don't, like, why would you want me in your, you know what I'm saying? In your crib. Like, it was giving gang rapey vibes and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was kind of like, oh, nah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, this guy right here. Like, I was like the first red flag. And I was like, oh, nah, bro. Maybe he just said that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how he talk and shit. I'm thinking like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't, like, I don't get down like that. So I'm just like, oh, they all. And so then I was like, okay, like, that was the first weird thing. And then the second weird thing was he showed me like his brother and his friends and shit back in Michigan. And it was like a whole bunch of black guys and shit. But he don't act hood, bro. Like, he don't act hood no way. Like, there's no like, oh, okay, you black. Are you down? You know what I'm saying? For you to be messing with black people like that. But then again, I ain't like super hood either when it come down to my speech and the way I articulate myself. So I was thinking maybe he was just on that level. Like he just don't want to, he hang out with me because I ain't like black. But it was also kind of disrespectful because I also kind of felt like, bro, respect the fact that I'm black. Like I'm not one of them black people that like hate being black. I just am black and act proper. And that's the one thing like they can't stand. Like you have to be, and that's another thing I realized too with that shit. Like you have to coon and buffoon. It just is what it is. You're gonna have to be a coon. You know what I'm saying? They want you to coon the fuck out. You know what I mean? Black people, specifically, that's what I'm saying. That's why black people were the ones that were attacking us, so many words. You know what I'm saying? With the shits. And then like specifically going on me, thinking I'm the feminine one, and I'm the gay one in the relationship or some weird ass shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, they like going after me because they're like thinking like, okay, you're not even, and now you're on the gay shit, on the just, I don't even know, like on a behavioral, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, homies were like on some shit where it was like, you know, like it was just weird, bro. Like I just think about everything together. It's like the grooming, like, bro, like as soon as I motherfucking shaved my beard off, homie was like, hello, sir. And they do that hard sir when they think like you're trying to be like a tranny or something. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I shaved my facial hair off, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what is the deal? Like, I just never, like, my mind was like exploded, bro. I was like, what the fuck, bro? And then like, you know, he ain't over the, he's just taking the clippers, bro. He's just, bro, I'm done. You know? And so, I don't know, man. Texas is weird like that. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? It really is. I ain't going front. It is, man. Texas is weird like that. Like, if I was in New York and shit, they'd be like, okay, you look proper. Because you know what the whole thing about is? When you shave, it shows you have a razor. You know what I'm saying? You can, you know, you have the restroom. That's why people that are homeless don't shave. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the whole, whatever, right? I digress. It's just, it's crazy. But, when it came down to, you feel me, like, whatchamacallit, that type of shit, it was just like the weirdest thing I've never been like so misunderstood in my life. In my life, bro. I've never, it's disgusting and deplorable because you're looking at this like, yo, I'm grown, like I'm the grownest I've ever been. You know what I'm saying? And the shit that they're talking about is so delinquent. It's like, what? You know, you be thinking like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I remember bringing lemon water. Some lemon I squeezed into a bottle, this Gatorade bottle, and put the little lemon wedges in there. Bro, these motherfuckers looked at me when I walked in that shit like, oh my God, what's inside that bottle? It has lemons in it. Is that vodka and lemon? Like, it was like they tried their hardest to make me look like I was a fuck up. And it was like, what the fuck though? You know what I'm saying? All I can think in my mind was like, why, bro? That's all I can think like in my mind, like, what? You think I'm gonna waste a drop of alcohol on you motherfuckers? Like, no, bro. I know how to go to work, do my job, and enjoy myself afterwards. Like, bro, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just irresponsible. And kind of dependent. And weak as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, no. I'm just like thinking in my mind, like, nah, bro. Like, I'm not an alcoholic like that. I might drink a lot, yeah, but I'm not an alcoholic like that, bro. And that's what made me annoyed. It was like certain things, that make you be like, bro, what the fuck? I remember I had a beer before work, right? And I told my coworker, and he's like, oh, be quiet, because they don't want, you know what I'm saying? They're going to anger at you. And I'm thinking, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? We work at like 7 o'clock at night. Bitch, I had a beer a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I've been up since like 8 o'clock this morning. Like, shut that shit down. You know what I'm saying? You be thinking like, bro, what are you talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a, you know what I'm talking about, a little small beer, like a Bud Light and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the small can. You had one of those like at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, bro, it's like 7 o'clock at night right now. All right, I don't know. It was like probably because, you know, we worked the night shift. So it had to be at least like, probably like 12 or maybe even 1 o'clock in the morning. I was thinking in my mind like, and I was like, yeah, but I didn't eat anything today. So it kind of like turned my stomach up around. You know what I mean? That's all I told him, because I drank a beer. And I'm thinking they're like, oh, don't say this shit. I'm thinking like, that's what I'm saying. It's like this, the unintelligence of people. It's like I'm thinking like, you know, beer is like a fungus, right? That's why it has a foam at the top, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So you get drunk because it's like a poison, slightly poisonous. It's like it's alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Like it's beer. You know. And I was like, yeah, I didn't eat all day, so it's like my stomach just has fungus in it, just sitting in there in a liquid form. So it's like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? So I fuck with the stomach acids and shit. It's alcohol. You didn't eat all day. All you drink was alcohol. You're gonna be kind of like not feeling good. Like, duh, bro. You know what I mean? If you drink, everybody knows you eat afterwards, bro. Like, so it was just like some stupid shit like that. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, are you stupid? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? It's just like they made things in something it wasn't. And then it was like, oh, these people fucking some ass. So I got the whole job politics, and it was just too much. You know what I'm saying? And as a black man, it's like they're going to fucking try to dog you out if they can't, you know what I mean? And then, you know, on many different levels, there it is. And then, you know, honestly, bro, at that point, it was like I was like one of the best workers there was, period, because I had the experience and all that shit. But these motherfuckers, like, they were just too jealous of me, you know? And that's what I realized. Like, it was really weird, you know, dealing with that type of shit, especially the niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really were jealous of me. It was like a jealousy that was like insane to me. I was like, because it was just too obvious. It was like, come on, dude. You know what I mean? Like this short ass dude, he a manager. He want to come up to me and be like, "Yeah, bro, I'm telling everybody to wear these new shorts because you know this new style 2023. They're like above the knee shorts, right?" Except in Texas, though, that's zesty, right? You know. But anyways, so you know, I'm like, nah, bro. Not because like I don't want to do that shit, but for one, I don't give a damn about you like that. I don't give a damn about this job like that. You know what I'm saying? And two, I'm wearing the uniform. The uniform called for a red shirt, a red collared shirt, my guy, and blue jeans. Okay? That's what I'm wearing because that's the uniform. Period. Ain't nothing else to talk about. But the manager want to come up to you and be all like, yeah, wear these new shorts, and then we're all gonna. And so like I was like, man, what the hell? I didn't give him no attention because I'm working my ass off. It's an assembly line. You know what I'm saying? Some I Love Lucy type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just in that, just moving back and forth. And I'm thinking like, okay, bro, like, why are you talking to me right now? Get out of my face. I'm working. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with you? You're doing too much. And so I was at the point where I was like, okay, fuck it. So I was just kind of like nonchalant that hoe. And by the end of the day, it's like he got this chick, this other black chick that was like one of the only black chicks there. And like literally started like, I don't know how to explain it, but in so many words, it's some shit that happened to me when I was a kid. Like when I was like in like 10th grade, I think. Yeah, like, you know, a sophomore in high school. Where it's like, where I noticed it that, you know, this probably happened, but it was probably before that. Where basically they make fun of you in front of a cute girl to get their attention. And that's what he was doing to me. And that shit had me fucked up. Cause I'm like, bro, I'm a grown ass motherfucking man. Like, what the fuck? Like, bro, hell nah. Like, you're not finna disrespect me to motherfucker look good in front of a fucking girl. And I know they were younger than me too. So I was like, man, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, hell nah. Like, bitch, you got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I lost my shit. And I just fucking like yelled and on some Viking ass shit. So I'm fucking Ragnar. I was just like, oh. I just turned around, looked at them both and was like, oh. You know what I'm saying? Cause you know what I'm saying? Cause they were talking mad shit. I mean, they were talking on some like bitch ass shit behind me. They're like, yeah, look at him. He big as hell, but he ain't trying to move all that shit. Why he moving so slow and da-da-da. I was like, what the fuck? I turned around and was like, no. So I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, what's with the shit? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, bro, fuck that shit. And I even made this nigga move to a whole new, he moved too. He quit the job too, because he was like, you know what I'm saying? He knew what was up. You know what I'm saying? He knew what was up. He knew he like disrespected me. He being a little bitch. He being bitter, and now he's trying to fucking like you know, retaliate and shit. He being a little bitch. And so I was like, what the fuck? So that's what I'm saying. That was like the first time, but you know, that's when I first got the job. So I had like my beard was long as shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't shaved in a while and shit. You feel me? And then that's when, you know, after that, that's when like, you know what I'm saying? I started talking to other dudes that were cool with me. But then like, you know, so the thing about me is I'm not like on this like, and that's when I stopped fucking with people completely, because I realized a lot of people fuck with me because I'm a big ass dark skinned black man and shit. You get what I'm saying? So like, let's say you think you a badass, or you think you tough as fuck, or you think you a killer and shit. You gonna come hang out with me because it's like, oh, that's the nigga I should be hanging around. This scary ass, you know what I'm saying, Chewbacca looking ass motherfucker. So it's like, that's why I be like, motherfucker, like, because when I deal with people, I just want to have like honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I want to have like childish ass fun. I want to be able to responsibly just joke around. You get what I'm saying? Like have fun, you know what I'm saying? Like on some like I'm trying to think of the word, but I can't think of it. Honestly, on some Teen Titans ass shit where we just like chilling, we having fun. You know what I'm saying? We kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? We take our responsibility seriously though, but that's what makes it even more fun because we that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm thinking like that's what I really want. You know, as a friend. And it's like, these dudes are trying to like get me into the shit that it's like, I have no business even fucking with. So, and then they're not even on that level. They're just like some bitch ass niggas that want that shit. So it's a really weird situation with people. And that's why I don't really like talking to people no more, or having friends or even none. Cause like, I remember I was working Sonic before I was working this job. And like, I met this light skinned dude. And it's the first time I ever met this other guy on the job. I come at him just trying to shake his hand normally, like, you know, hey, I'm saying, how's it going? My name is so-and-so. What's your name? Okay, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. This motherfucker can't, I put my hand out. Bro, you black or you not black? Bro, he started yelling at me like that. I was like, oh, how's it going? Are you black or you not black, bro? Dap my ass up, bro. What the fuck? He started going off and shit. And I was looking at him like, oh, I took my hand back and went like, oh. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with this nigga crazy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, period, bro. You crazy. You, bitch, we flip burgers and you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you crazy. So I wasn't having it. And I was like, you know what? Oh no, I'm done with this shit. You know what I'm saying? So that was like my first taste of it. And so that's why I was like, these niggas over here, you know, in Houston niggas is not like that. We not like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? We might not even say nothing to you, to be honest. But if you do come out and try to greet yourself, we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, greet. You're gonna be like, hey, what's going on? How's it going? We know how to formally greet people and shit. Over here, like over there, like, nah, bro, niggas is just wild as hell. They just some wild ass niggas and shit. So I was like, what the fuck, bro? These niggas got no class. You know what I'm saying? Like, no dignity because and the thing about it too, the funny thing is they make more money over there, but because we don't make more money over there, it kind of humbles us. So we know how to be a little more fucking like respectful and shit. Them motherfuckers don't know how to be respectful. And so that's why I was like, oh, these niggas crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it was giving that type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like why I'm like, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's why I'm just like, man, I had to bounce on that one. That one was really weird. And then I just started getting bad vibes. Like, and then I got the job at Domino's, you know, and this time the car was broken down. And I was thinking like, what am I going to do? You feel what I'm saying? And then it was like, the reason why I quit Domino's, like after the first day, was two reasons. The first reason was, well, I'll probably say three reasons. One, I had my hair tied up in like, you know, the dreadlock sock, but at the tip, you know, because it releases all the dreads. I like took it a little further, stuffed the dreads in, and used a rubber band to tie the end off, right? So my boss that was like pretty much training me that day was on some like, oh, you got to get something else for your hair because, you know, he was like, what is that? And I was looking at him like, bro, what do you mean what it is, you dumb bitch? Like, shut the hell up. Like, my hair is my hair. You know what hair looks like, bitch. Okay, is it covered or not? It's covered. It's been covered the whole time. It didn't fall off, come off. So what are you talking about right now? Shut that shit down. Just shut it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, they try to humiliate you to like, it's weird as fuck. It's like, you know what I mean? They try to like, oh, you're a dumbass. What is that? Did you just grab some bullshit? It's like, bro, like, please. And they try to tell you what to do with your shit like they got hair. Bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, done that shit. So that was I was kind of like, okay, nope. You know what I'm saying? That was the first thing that kind of had me like, whatever. But I overlooked it, but I was still kind of like, man, fuck you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You like, oh, go to Walmart and go get this specific thing. I know they have it over there. I was just like, where'd you get that from? I got it from a gas station. And then he was all like, you know, oh, well, go to Walmart, go get that. I'm like, bro, like, what is going on right now? You know what I'm saying? And it kind of frustrated me because I'm thinking like, bro, like, I'm not in the position right now to be doing all that type of shit, buying it. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of felt like, I understand you want people to look at me a certain way, but honestly, it's like, I didn't give a fuck. I'm in Domino's. Like, I'm making fucking burgers, I'm making fucking pizzas and shit. It's like, calm that down. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first thing. Second thing was, so the second thing on that level, but you know, it wasn't that big of a deal, you know. But what messed me up was, it was like he was using his hands, and I was just watching him basically put his hand into food and not wash them, touch things, touch himself and not wash, you know what I'm saying, his hands. And like he washed his hands probably twice, and that's what I was looking at the whole time because it's like it's nasty as fuck to put your hands on like cold food, like putting your hands on like cheese and just like all on the cheese, and then going grabbing some pineapples and shit. And it's like, ew, that's gross as fuck. Like, it's like you go into there, it's like mushy and cold. His hands have been into it. My hands has been into it. Other people's hands have been into it. It's just like, yo, this is not fucking sanitary. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was thinking about my hell nah. And I didn't know that's how they made the pizzas in Domino. I never been working at a pizza place where I was like, what the fuck? And so I realized, oh, this is nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never eating pizza, no way, no way. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make that myself because that's nasty. And so I was like, thinking, this how they make pizza and shit, this bitch? Hell no, you know what I'm saying? And that was the second thing. And then like the third final thing was, I ain't gonna hold you, but the third final thing was, he used to like compliment me on my looks. And I wasn't giving pretty boy. I was giving like hard ass nigga, bro. I was giving like, what's up, bro? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's why I hate it. That's why I like kind of shave my hair, because like people think you like, oh, you want some pretty boy shit. You want to be a pretty boy. And it's like, bro, nah, like, what the fuck? And I already know where it comes from. It comes from jealousy. But we ain't get into all that shit. You ain't get into that shit. But, you know, that's when I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I kind of felt like, all right, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I also kind of fell on some gay shit. Because it was like, bro, if you straight, right? Okay, you straight. Yeah, nigga has long hair. But that don't immediately mean the nigga is like a woman. You know what I'm saying? Or womanly. Or like want to be pretty. Or be a pretty boy. Like, that has nothing to do with the shit. You get what I'm saying? And so it kind of like fucked me up on that level. So that's why I was kind of like, all right, man, like, nah. But then it was also like, I ain't gonna lie, I was washing dishes, I was picking some shit up. Next thing you know, I see him looking at my ass and shit like that, hard as fuck, to where like I had to turn and look at him, and he had to like fucking dodge my eyes and shit from looking at him. It's like, oh no. So that's why I kind of like quit that job and shit. And the last job I had was like working simultaneously at as a janitor real quick for like this high rise building, and they just weren't paying fucking shit. Like, they weren't paying shit. And they weren't paying shit. Fuck that job. And I just didn't like how they, these jobs be doing you, where it's like they tell you one thing and then you go on the job and it's a whole nother thing, and it's just, they don't tell you enough, or you're just looking at them like, okay, and they're trying to treat you like, oh yeah, whatever, bro. Like, I showed up for this job interview as a janitor, and I'm thinking I'm working this place to, to clean it up, and it's a high-rise building, but then they just sent me to another high-rise building and shit, and it was like I worked there, and it was just like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It was a weird shit. Like, I didn't like the job. I certain things I just get fed up so quickly. It was like, first of all, the reason, they weren't paying shit. Second reason I quit it was just like, one day I came in, they told me to mop this big ass hallway, the entrance hallway, right? I'm talking about like a lobby area. I'm mopping that shit down, and then like I get bruises on my hands and shit. But then I also was trying to get this job at the Domino's because they pay better. So I went to like told the boss that I wasn't feeling well or some shit. I just told him it's an excuse. I couldn't come in. Then I came in the next day, and they're all like, everybody's asking me, hey, why didn't you come in yesterday? Like, this is my second day here, but calm down. I had some shit to take care of. There wouldn't be any problem anymore. So that's what you're doing. You're trying to see which job is good for you. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm in that whole, and they're all like, oh, why didn't you come in? Why didn't you come in? And then, like, they heard me talk to somebody, right? Because I told somebody that my hands kind of hurted and shit. I had, like, some blisters on my hands because I was mopping and shit. And the mop was heavy. It was a big ass wooden, whole, handle and shit. So I was like, I just told my homie, that was helping me, learn the place. And okay, this is what we wash this place over here. You gotta, dust this place, sweep this floor over here. He just telling me what to do, type shit, like training me. I tell him what happened the other day, and then like somehow it got to everybody. Everybody coming up to me like, "Are your hands okay, bro? Is that why you didn't come to work?" And they're all super old black people. So there were some niggas. It was, what I'm saying? They were just like, oh, that's why you didn't come in. Oh, okay. That's why you didn't come in. And you looking at them like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like a whole bunch of old ass black folk. And like, I ain't gonna lie to you. And everybody else is like retarded. Or levels of retard. One of the most retarded motherfuckers is a white boy. He came up to me and started asking me all these damn questions. I almost kind of felt like it was like my nephew, you know what I'm saying? I was like, in my mind, like, can you shut the hell up? Like, I really was like my mind, off of Boondocks, Martin Luther King shit. I was like, can you please shut the hell up? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, do you eat chicken? Are you a vegetarian? Do you believe in God? Do you like cereal? Do you like playing like, I was like, dude, like, what the fuck? He was like, you know what I'm saying? The first thing he said to me when he saw me, he said, I think we're gonna be best friends. And I was like, oh, this nigga retarded. And then, like, the Hispanic girl that was in that bitch, she had some ADHD shit. She kept talking real fast. I was just like, just like laughing about stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Then the other dude that was training me, he was like just slow retarded. He's normal, but he's a little slow. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, because like, it's another thing, homophobia shit. Like, I got the pink phone because when I lost my phone, dude, like in my car, I actually like dropped that shit. My phone cover is black. The thing was black. It died. And where I was at was stupid dark. You know, Texas, they don't have headlights and they don't have street lights, right? So, like, I'm literally in that hoe, throwing through the car. There's, you know what I'm saying? I put a little light on and shit in my car, but it's not like super bright. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, bro, and I have the car on, light on in that hoe for like an hour. So basically, you know what I'm saying? You know what happens? Your battery gonna die. So like my battery fucking dies, and now I'm stuck in that area and shit because I couldn't find my phone, and I still can't find my phone. You feel me? And all of a sudden, I find the phone, and it's sitting right there, like on the ground and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking like, damn, because it was so dark. Because it's a perfect jet black fucking phone. And I'm thinking, like, that's why. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? So that's why when I got a new phone, I was like, let me get they're like, oh, all we have is this pink fucking phone case. And I was thinking in my mind, like, damn, bro, what the fuck? I'm like, a pink phone case? I'm not really trying to get no pink phone case. That's not my thing. I get black. So I'm thinking, like, you know what? And I started thinking about it. And I was like, you know what? It's cool. It's cool. Because I'm going to need this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told them what's up. And as I'm explaining, I can even see in their faces, like, men don't get that type of fucking phone. That's for, like, women and shit. And I'm thinking, I told them, like, yeah, bro, I need something that reflects light so when I fucking lose that shit, you know what I'm saying? My car battery won't die and shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been in a situation where I, like, lost my phone. Like, I was in the car. I don't know how this shit happened. I can't remember. Shit flew out. I'm on the fucking freeway. I had to go in the grass. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got no, like, my homie had his flashlight, but it's like, dude, the thing is, you know what I'm saying? Pitch black. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, bro, we ain't finna see that shit. It took us a while to find that shit. But if it's light pink, it's gonna be super offset to all colors. So I'm like, yeah, bro, any highlighted color, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna work. So, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm at the job and other places, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I work at the factory at Target and shit, it's like, bro, this man literally was in a conversation with me. Like, yeah, bro, so that's why. And he looked down and saw my phone when me texting and shit, and it's a pink phone. He literally lost his shit. Just stopped talking. Was like, has eyes all wide open, like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Looking at my phone, like, is that a pink phone? Oh, that nigga gay. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or some weird shit. That nigga's nasty. I gotta go. And I was thinking, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I'm thinking, like, did he start talking to me because the phone? Like, that's lame as shit. But that's what I realized. You know what I'm saying? So then, like, the same thing happened. I pulled my phone out. I knew they were going to think I'm zesty, but I didn't give a damn at that point. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, I'm just going through my phone. You know what I'm saying? Leaving the bus is coming and all this shit. The guy that was training me, he was, like, sitting right next to me on his phone. He turned and saw the phone and was like, and dropped his mouth, like, and then literally got up and, like, walked away. And I'm thinking, like, hell nah. And then the same shit happened when I was in San Antonio. You know what I'm saying? I stayed there for a while and shit because I was, you know, waiting on my bus to come through. Like, bro, like, I was in one of the chairs. I was on my phone trying to see, you know what I'm saying, what this shit came through. Bro, these Hispanic guys are just standing there and shit in line because the line bled out that long to, like, the chair area. And they saw my phone. They're all just looking at my phone like, what the fuck? Is that a pink phone? Why does he have a pink phone? And it was just like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So it was like, to me, it's like, bro, that's what I'm talking about. That's homophobia. Why? Because it's just a fucking color. That's period. The reason I have it is so I can see it if I fucking can't find it. It's like, oh, there it is. Because it's pink. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I was younger, I had a dark blue Game Boy. It's like, I lost that shit. Couldn't find that shit for hours. Just pissed off. But if it was light pink, you're going to see that shit. That's just facts. You're going to see it. And it's a phone cover, bro. I can get a new phone cover. It's a phone cover, bro. Like, chill. It ain't the whole phone. You know what I'm saying? It ain't giving that much. So, you know, people do shit like that. They're like, oh, this nigga, he gay because he had a pink phone and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's like, bro, whatever, bro. You know, it's just, you're dealing with people that are just, they ain't shit. It's like, man, fuck it. And that's what you're usually dealing with. People that ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, bro, fuck you, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, I'm just done, bro. I'm done. I don't want to be cool with nobody. You know, all this shit. I ain't, because it's like, bro, these motherfuckers is retarded. That's what I come to realize. Motherfuckers is retarded. And they retarded. You can't do nothing with that. You can't do nothing with that. I'm done with that shit. I am done. I'm done. When you be around stupid, retarded people, it's like they just be hating on everything. And it's like, it's always a problem. It's always some going on. And it's like, what's wrong with you, motherfucker? You know? But anyways, I digress. You know what I'm saying? I put that out there, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it was something worth telling and shit.